You're listening to PDR Tool Talk, all about PDR stories, tools, and techniques.
For the thousands in attendance, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Hey, what's happening, everybody? Before we jump in on this episode of PDR Tool Time, we are going to let you in on a little secret. We have already released the date of our next mega media event. So go ahead and mark it in your calendars, okay? It is going to be October 11th, this coming October 2018, the 11th through the 13th. And it's going to be right here in my shop in Dayton, Ohio. Actually, in Centerville, Ohio. So you guys mark that in your calendar if you want to attend. And we are going to be doing an off-road edition and just some really, really cool cars. So anyhow, y'all, I hope to see you there. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of PDR Tool Time, where we're about to bring you that PDR Tool Time prime information that y'all been waiting for all week long. And I got a special guest here. Oh, no, I'm not a guest. It's not a guest. He's not a guest. He's the host with the most, Mr. Myke Toledo.
What's going on? What's going on, man? So
It's good. But you know why I call you a guest, though? Because it seems like we're never on at the same time.
I know. Yeah. Either you're holding it down or I'm holding it down.
Could it be because we're the only ones that can record? not by our own. Like, we really don't want to be the only people that can record, guys. But like, one of these days, we will bless Daniel Graham with the sword of record, and we will do it live, and we will do like one of them sword rituals on his. He finally recorded an episode. What you got to understand about Daniel, though, Myke, you said, like, he has a hard time opening the computer, though. What was Daniel, like 60, 70 years old? You're going to be so mad when he hears this.
You gotta give him a break, man. So
he reminds me of my parents when they call me up and they say, my mom used to say, John, you need to come over here. Me and your dad broke the TV. And I would get it over there, and it'd always be on a different input. They accidentally hit the input button. So instead of TV, it would go to like input 1 or input 2. And they couldn't figure out that they had to scroll through it. So it'd be either on like input 2 or input 4. Or then when Dad finally got it, he would go 2 over, and they'd be like, they get angry and give up, you know? And they would call me, and I'd be like, I'll be trying to explain, this is how you fix it. But it would never, they would never resonate. I'd have to go over there and actually fix it.
yeah, I think anybody over 50 today really has a hard time even dialing on a phone, dude. So
yeah, they need a jitterbug cell phone.
I just want to make a phone call and hang up. That's it.
That's like almost like when I was telling everybody you had them one things on them. What were them, Z coils? That you were wearing Z coils? Well, I don't even remember where that came about. But we were talking about your shoes, and we said you were wearing Z coils, and that's like, if you ever see them, they're shoes with like springs on the back. You know what I mean? And you only see old people wearing them. It's hilarious.
Oh, you're talking? No, that was Daniel, wasn't it? That was Daniel.
That probably was. He probably got on there and defended him. He's like, I don't give a shit what you guys say. Them bastards are comfortable.
Yeah. When you get about a certain age, you don't give a shit about anything.
Oh, I know, right? You ever had one of them friends who was just nothing about functionality? He was just all about functionality, and no matter what type of fashion sense that mattered. The only dude I knew that was like that, he was a pro fighter. So he didn't care because he would like beat the shit out of you if you said something about it, you know? But he would wear one of them fanny packs when we went to the Kings Island. And he would dress in like just basketball shorts and a little thin t-shirt, you know, and a fanny pack. And he's like, I don't give a shit what anybody says about this. This is how you roll at a theme park, dude. You know what I mean? We're on roller coasters, man. Fanny pack zipped on, wallet in there, ID, you know, ready to go.
I know. Hey guys, and if we sound a little different, well, my main power hub. There's always something going on. Like every other week, there's like, when you have this much technology behind this, guys. If I give you guys a show of what I have in my desk,
God.
there's probably no wonder reason why my power pack failed. So it
And
just would
like,
not.
how many of you guys even need a power pack to operate your computer?
Hmm, sorry, I'm shooting on orange. I do. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like the Starship Enterprise when you go in there. They're
Close
shelving.
encounters. Close encounters, dude. So
Yeah, but then you also introduced me to organizing my cords. I remember I had a rat's nest, and you're like, dude, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, and then you're like, you showed me the cord things and how organized yours was. And I actually spent a day doing that, man. That's how bad mine was.
and it's
So
well worth it. It's well worth it.
well worth it at the end. They have not tangled up ever since. So, but we are here to talk about, man, I'll tell you what, man, it's a hell of a weekend. That's why we're the night before recording this. Mike's going to be going out to birthday party because he was gone. His birthday was this weekend. So give a brother some love, you know. Mike's birthday was this weekend, but we literally night before the podcast flew in. I flew in yesterday. Mike flew in, and we are like blacked out trying to record this. So it's going to be quick, but we're going to be fast and furious. But we're going to talk a little bit about Anson's open house, and of course, the Mega Media Event 2.0. Kick it, Mike.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone who attended the Mega Media event, everyone who spoke at the Mega Media event, Steve Crows, Amanda. Uh, I'm sorry that the names of your speakers that came.
Dave and Kanya,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm very bad at names,
and
but
Mike Toledo. Mike Toledo
yeah,
spoke.
Mike Toledo. And listen, we're not trying to toot our own horn. I'm just letting you know it was very successful. The photos
Oh
just
God.
absolutely are just to another level.
Man, if you guys haven't seen, we've released a few on PDR Tool Time and a few on Instagram, and just look at them. The rat rod, dude. The rat rod was so sick. The nastiest photos I've seen came from that rat rod because it was chrome, and like you seen your reflection like glazing off of it at the same time, and then the clouds behind was like perfect setting. Just an
Yeah,
absolute beautiful setup for a shoot. What was that red car that we had, Mike? I keep trying to remember what it was, but
69 or 68 Gran Torino.
yeah, and that was a Super Sport Chip Foose build.
Yeah, yep, and it was legit and dope and great. So we had those. We had some really good content that was there because it started out about logo design with about Amanda. She started out nervous, but man, she was really sucking everybody in, and
Yeah,
we had to cut her off unfortunately because
I
we had a
know.
director that kept everybody on schedule no matter what.
And
So
and yeah, and Amanda has a fear of speaking. That's Amanda Koss. If you don't know her, we actually her name tag was Amanda the Blonde Bombshell Koss, and that was by Mr. Woody's request because she likes to be called the Blonde Bombshell. And she was up there and she was nervous. I knew she was nervous, and I had to walk over to Woody. I said, "When she looks at you, smile and nod." And then I just noticed that I'm like, I need to get up to the front of the room because if there's high energy at the front, the speaker feels it, right? And especially because they're just, she's a good friend of mine. I go up there and like literally like she just got the room in, and then she didn't want to get off the stage. That was the crazy thing. She's like, no, my time's not up. My time's not up. But she didn't even want to leave the stage at that point. And gosh, everybody was just roaring after that, man. It was set the stage, right?
it was it was a great atmosphere as always. And we had the honor of doing it at Anson's, one of their locations, Lee's Paintless Demo Removal. That's where we ended up moving it to because we just really didn't have the room
Yeah.
to do what we wanted to do and directly at Anson's shop. So we had their other satellite location just down the street, and we want to say thank you to that. We will get into their open house in just a second.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to tell you that these photos came out just absolutely just mind-blowing, like epic looking. And I had a few people text me and go, man, did you Photoshop those clouds in there, man?
I know. People were asking me that too.
Did you do that? You guys do
Yeah.
that? Photoshop that shot? And no, it was all lighting. And then yes, a little
Mm-hmm.
touch up in the Photoshop. That's what takes it to the next level a little bit there. But Very
Yeah.
little that we have to touch up or do anything in Photoshop. That's what's great about having great photography is it only adds to the great shot. It
Right.
doesn't make the great shot.
It's like you don't have to take a wrecked photo and try to make it good. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
it just
sometimes
sounds
it's just
awesome
like
already.
maybe there's a little flaw in the car or something like that. You can actually go over and hit it and get it. I mean, there's like maybe a a little shiny spot right there, right? Make it disappear. Very little tiny things. And you're right, Mike, because I showed that to my dude who owns the gym this morning. He's like, how'd it go? How'd it go? You know, I showed him the photo and he's like, wow, you put them clouds back there? I'm like, nah, dude, we didn't put them clouds back there. Them were the clouds. He's like, no way. And I'm like, nah, man, it looked like some Texas hail clouds rolling in, didn't it?
Yep.
It almost looked
Well,
like
that's what you see.
thunder rolling, like thunder clouds rolling at you, dude.
Well, we got a little
Nasty.
surprise for the people who actually attended for what they've got, and then the people who see
Yeah,
we going for the video of those photos.
right.
Looks so legit, so good. But
And I'll tell you what, no, let me tell them real quick. The marketing secrets that we revealed we revealed three key marketing secrets that there were people in our audience that were very, very versatile, very, very good marketers. I know Rick's wife was a marketer, and he brought her with him during the event. And Michael Hand's wife is a very, very intelligent marketer type individual. We revealed some secrets at that event that are not yesterday's secret, guys. They are tomorrow's. They are tomorrow's. Okay. We revealed some stuff that will insanely transform their business, and everybody knew it. And when they heard what we dropped, literally, you could hear pens scratching up against their notepads. And we got John from Mobile Tech RX. You remember him taking notes, Mike?
yeah, I thought he was actually playing around with his own program, Mobile Tech.
Yeah.
Every time I just kind of looked over his shoulder, he had a list of the topics we were talking about from each thing. He was there the whole time, sitting down,
Mm-hmm.
paying attention. I think what really got the opening drive was you opened it up and then I talked, but really got the attention was I was telling people that it's about marketing, but you think you're in the driver's seat because you know how to do dents, right? You think you're the baddest dent guy, and but along comes this young 22-year-old guy who's getting into the business, but he knows already 10 times more than you do about social media.
Right.
and
Right.
and he's hip to it, right? He's
That's
already
true.
because he's a teenager, right? And now he's becoming a grown man. And
Yeah.
we're in our 40s, 50s, some of us are in our 60s,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just like, oh, we don't need that, it's not important, yada yada. But little by little, or not little by little, but very rapidly, sorry, let me say that again, very rapidly, these younger guys who aren't as good as you are
Right.
getting more of the market
Uh-huh.
because they're becoming more intelligent on how to market themselves. They might not be as good as you,
Right.
but they can market better than you. That goes to show you my old thing. My
That's
thing I mentioned is about McDonald's. Okay, we
mm-hmm.
all know we can make a better burger from McDonald's, right? But why is McDonald's? They make more money than us, or are they do it better at creating a system better than us because they never stop marketing, and
Yeah.
they don't have to market, but they never
Mm-hmm.
stop marketing. So
Yeah.
that was my point across this,
Mm-hmm.
and then we were systemizing the thing. So it just
Yeah.
kind of really touched base
But I'll
on.
tell you what, for all you guys out there, I know, guess what? The kid that walks in your market, the little young kid, he can't outmarket me and Mike. I hate to tell you that because that's our job, man, is to find these things and find these keys. And I always said, like to Mike a long time ago, me and Mike made a commitment to each other. We said, if we're going to learn anything, we're going to seek the best people in the world and we're going to have them teach it to us. We have actively sought the absolute best marketing people in the world and learned what we're teaching from them. I don't want to learn from the marketing local guy. I'm sorry, man. It's almost like if you're so good of a marketer, then you wouldn't even be the marketing local guy. You would be the worldwide marketing champion of undisputed everywhere, right? And we know that, and we know that we got to always learn from the best. And then we take that knowledge, that money that we spend, them years that we put in, and we bring it to you. So,
Well, yeah, I think it's just very important that people they leave with with basically a direction. You know,
And
they
we made it easy for them though, Mike.
yeah, yeah.
That was the one thing we had to do. We realized that we had to make it really easy because as a dent technician, like you don't want to like learn. You want us to learn it for you, teach you the concept, and then put a system right in front of you that you can do it. We literally taught people how to do all their social media, every single platform that they have in social media, and do it all and do all of your posts in 1 hour per week.
Which that was super interesting because I was like, what? I even
And
learned that something.
yep, and 1 hour per week. And then what was the other giant secret that everybody kept talking about? Oh yeah, we taught them how to turn their cell phone into a marketing weapon of mass destruction that will wipe their competitors off the face of the earth.
Which was very
Oh,
which just comes down. I told you it comes down to being savvy. You know,
yeah.
you might not want to do it's look it's 2000 friggin 18. I said it in a different way when at the seminar, but regardless if you come to our event, maybe you go to PDR college, you learn a lot of something there, but you have to wake up. You really do. So, and that's just, it's not just about doing dents and how good and great you are. Remember, it's not about the better burger. It's how you market the burger.
And it's also what the customer thinks. You know what I mean? You could be the greatest dent guy in the world, but if you can't communicate that to the client and somebody else can, that's a hack, they're gonna get it every time.
Yeah.
It's gonna be unfair. It's gonna be unfair. So, but we honestly appreciate everybody who came out. We had a good time. We gave away 25 grand in tools. I mean, this is a tool podcast, man. Todd Zimmerman dropped 3 carbon rods there. He dropped 3 carbon rods, 3 magnetic balls. I mean, Jordan Fisher dropped a cart, a ticket to the AV seminar. What was it? The Dentrix gave lights. They ended up giving the sweet cart that they have as well. Dentrix has like a really sweet cart that we did. We did a bunch of photo shoots on all that stuff. We just had so many cool things. James Lee dropped a bunch of his lights with the back vac attached to them, right?
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're going to email all this stuff out and let everybody see some tutorials and some of the photo shots that we got on just these tools. But I think Wiley's Quick Tips gave away 3 packages, and they got some sweet ass blending hammers. I can't hate. All right, everybody knows I sell blending hammer, but you actually got me. I didn't bring one with me, and I was proud to have Wiley's in my hand. To be honest with you, and Todd Zimmerman's new one.
Yeah, it was nice. Yeah, you think we were doing photo shots of it. We were using them as props, and every dent guy, not every dent guy, but every other dent guy goes, "Man, this is a nice blending hammer. This is a nice blending hammer." So,
Right? Yeah.
but listen, we, you know, wanted to say it was a great time and a great success
Yeah.
as far as like the people who came and the people who made it happen. But I also wanted to just move on, if you don't mind, John. I want to move on to some certain other people. Um,
Yeah. Oh no, we, on my podcast, I handle all the party stuff, so we can move past that. We already have the whole thing down with all the crazy stuff that happened. So yeah, let's move on to Anson's open house. I know we don't have much time tonight,
yeah.
but go
I
ahead,
want
Mike.
to say, first of all, we all knew that TD and Tools, Kevin Andrews held an EV class. I
Yeah.
think what's today? Tuesday. Today's I think the last day that they're doing it there.
Mm-hmm.
And now today's Monday. Tomorrow, you gotta hear this, will be the last day. I heard it went tremendously well. I was supposed
Yeah.
to get in it, but you know us, John. We were just busy as heck.
How could that even have happened? I
yeah,
was actually wondering that about you. I'm like, how does this dude really think this is gonna happen?
no, it couldn't happen.
Isn't that
So
like an all-day course, Mike?
they did an all-day course.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, there was just no way I could have made it. I want to say congratulations to them. I heard it's super
Yeah.
successful. If you guys are thinking about doing the EV class, I really highly recommend it. I am trying to make plans to actually fly to the UK at the end of summer, towards the end of summer. So maybe John, you can make some time to do that. We'll
Yeah.
take the EV class together. Um, so that's in the works right now, but I think it went tremendously well for the guys at TDN Tools, and Kevin is such a thorough trainer that he's not going to let you just slip through there. I heard a couple guys failed, took 2 or 3 times to get
Oh,
through.
no way, dude.
Yeah, but they got through. So Kevin just doesn't say, "Okay,
Yeah.
buddy, you got it." So congrats to them.
You know, Kevin's name badge, I named him Kevin the Shocker Andrews. And none of the guys from the UK knew what the shocker meant. Okay. Some of you guys out there listening might not know. I'm just going to go ahead and let you Google it. Just beware. It's going to be an Urban Dictionary somewhere. And but after he found out, every time he passed me, he threw me a shocker sign. These guys are cool as hell, man. You know, Jordan, Kevin, all the homies up
Tony,
there, man. They're so
straight
cool.
up guys, man. Well, congrats to them. Joe, I would get signed up if you can, if you have the opportunity. Man, it's not because you're going to be working on more electric cars in the future, more and more. And I think it's an edge. And not only that, it's gonna possibly save your life if you're not familiar working on those cars, man.
You want to hear like the most embarrassing thing that happened to me at Anson's open house, dude? You know, Myke, you know how you're walking around talking to everybody, Anson and all this stuff, right? And you're meeting people. Well, one of my contacts ended up falling out, right? So I said, fuck it. I ripped the other one out. You know, I can't be walking around with one contact. And so I'm walking around there. You didn't know this, but I was like about midway through the show, I was partially blind. Okay. I swear to God, I ran into who I thought was Scott Clark. And I walked up, was like, Scott Clark, man, you know, and I'm sitting there talking to him. And he's got this weird look on his face of like, Scott Clark is acting weird as shit, dude. So I'm like kind of talking to him, you know, and I'm calling him the Moonshine Man from our event in San Diego, you know, and like everybody around me, like Jordan's kind of like, you know, like everything got all weird. And I'm like broing him up and giving him hugs, and he says nothing. It was Dave Shalat.
No way.
I swear to God, dude. So like I thought he was Scott Clark because I was like partially blind. And if you look at him, like, you know, they got a clear difference. But if you don't have my contacts in, like their faces would have kind of blended together, you know, they're both tall dudes and about the same skin tone, all this stuff, right? He never told me though. I talked to him for 5 minutes and I was like, even my wife came over, was like, hey honey, look at Scott Clark. And like the whole time, nobody told me that I was talking to Dave Shalat.
No, Mike. What? So did you ever tell him, or you never did tell him?
Well, no. I was actually thinking. No, I never knew until this morning. I was sitting there thinking. I went to sleep, and I was like, Scott Clark. He told me that he was going to a wedding, and I was like, what? And I was like, you know, so like I looked on his Facebook wall and I seen that he was at some sort of, he was at like, I don't know, some sort of Catholic thing, wedding type thing, right? Like on his Facebook wall, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, who was that? And then I remembered, I was like, Vince told me Dave Shalat was going to be there. And it just 2 and 2 hit me because Dave posted some stuff on the PDR Tool Time wall, and it all hit me at once. And of course, there's a picture of Dave Shalat standing with Jordan Fisher in the same hallway that I was talking to him in back there at the back of Anson, dude.
Have you ever talked to Dave? Like besides when you did know him? Well, of course.
Yeah. We had him on our podcast, and yeah, I've talked to Dave before.
But yeah, Dave is like, he is a cool, very
intelligent
guy.
I just feel so bad that I thought he was Scott. I mean, it was like a 10, 15 minute ordeal, dude, that I kept calling him Scott Clark, and you know, because me and Scott Clark are like straight up bro you up, like jump on your, you know, we're going to go tear the town apart. Right. And I was like doing that to him, you know what I mean? And he's probably thinking, what the hell is this guy doing, man? He's like, man, and he's calling me Scott Clark over and over again.
John needs to stay away from their tools, man.
He's like, John's been drinking. I hadn't drank anything, dude. Had not had a drink of anything.
He's been having too much moonshine, dude. That's what
I was calling him the moonshine, bro. I think I was even talking old memories with him, you know, when we drink that moonshine, you know. I was like, Jesus, Dave, at least tell a brother.
Well, you know, we might end up getting Dave to be at our next event, dude. So I've been talking about it, something, but we'll save that for later. Now, far as the Anson event went, man, there was hardly any room inside. Around, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
did you notice that?
Yeah, I mean, if you compared that to what it was last year, right? I mean, I think it really helps if you have an event at it, because they're going to have the people that show up, you know, and all the vendors. And then when you bring in all the crew that's at our event is at the same time, we pretty much had a full house, like packed up. You could barely I don't even think you could fit many more people in there, Myke.
No, you couldn't. You could not. And then there's moonshine being passed around halfway through there, and
Yeah,
there's tacos being had an
yeah.
event.
I
They,
was trying to drag Scott Clark over to the moonshine with me. He wouldn't come.
yeah. I'm just gonna say it was.
Or Dave Shalon, I mean. Bro, come on, there's moonshine.
Dave Stream was like we were all drinking like that stuff, man. It was, but it wasn't the type of moonshine where you like you like want to. It was like you're drinking gasoline. It was this
Mm,
sweet moonshine stuff.
I've seen
So,
that. I've seen that.
um, but man, the way the people that were there is just. I have to just agree with I think Vince and think it was very personable,
Yeah.
no stress, and very intimate talking to people. Like you could really, have a moment. It was loud, don't get me wrong, but it was still super good to be there and just
Hmm.
relax. It feels good that you and I didn't have to. Our event was done,
Yeah.
and we didn't have to. Our at least my mind wasn't going thinking about, oh man, I got to set up for here, or I got to be over here.
I
That's
know,
hard to
man.
do at MTE when you're under that kind of pressure.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's a lot for me and Mike to say because we're already under all kinds of pressure when we're there. But it just like it runs so smoothly, man. I gotta give it props. I mean, we had a girl that was helping out, helping run the whole thing, make sure everybody's on and off stage, and she did so good that it left all the stress off of me and Mike, and it caused us to get 3 days worth of photo work done in 2, and that allowed us to get the all the tool shots and all that stuff done, get shots with Anson in the morning. I mean, so we're so ahead of schedule, and guess what? The people loved it because like they all got to go hang out, and then we did the tool giveaway. I think we did that around 2:30 or something like that. And get this, every attendee won. We had so many tools that every attendee won. I mean, it was wild. There was like I said, we just had so many people donating just tons of stuff.
Yeah, and then Anson had some giveaways too as well. They had their giveaways thing going.
Yeah.
Um, but I would say everybody's events that went on. There's 3 different events that were going on technically, you know,
Yeah.
but they all just kind of just glided smoothly with everything. So it really went smooth. Again, I want to thank Anson, Christina,
Hmm.
and Craig Dreyer for just the hospitality that those people have, and we went to their houses afterwards each day.
Yeah.
uh, you just the food. I swear to gosh, man, you guys know me. I've been eating so good, so healthy. I just sorry I couldn't do it, man. Not with all those cupcakes they were showing me. The
Oh
Craig's
man, you
wife
talk
was
about the last day at Craig's.
no, all weekend. They were
Oh
just
right.
cooking stuff and desserts for galore, and that's like crack to me. I'm sorry,
And of
man.
course, my ass is running 3 hours late every day, so I miss all the cupcakes. But
Yeah.
I did get that last day barbecue.
What? How was that, dude? Was that?
Did you
Did
have
she?
it? You didn't have the last day's barbecue,
Yes, I did. I'm just
dude?
saying.
Hey, yeah. So I'll be honest with you. Like I liked all the talk was about the bacon burn-ins. And I love the fatty pieces of that, but the ribs, dude, them rib things were the best ribs on planet Earth. And man, like the ribs, there was no barbecue sauce on them, y'all. Like no barbecue. In fact, I thought barbecue sauce would have ruined them, just how flavorful they were. I can't even explain it, man. And then the brisket and all that stuff, and then the bacon burn ins, it was just next level.
I know, and then they had these stuffed like these sausages with stuffed
Oh, I
cheese
forgot
jalapeno.
about them.
I know.
Yeah,
That's-
dude.
I mean, you did one plate, man. It's over like Rover, man.
Yeah, man. That
It's
was
just,
so good.
gosh, man, that was just so good. I had more fun at their own house than I did anywhere. So
Yeah. And the hotel bar was a contender though, dude.
yeah.
That they had a big bar at that hotel, and every night everybody was back there. And that's a necessity, man.
Okay, so let's just wrap this up real quick, and since it's
Well,
our
can I say
tool
one more
time.
thing real quick, Mike? One more thing real quick. So you remember talking about how like everything was real personable at the Mobile Tech Expo?
Yeah.
Or at the Anson's
Yeah.
event and at our event, right?
So
So
no,
how
go
everything
slow.
was like real personable, right? Well, it
Yeah.
got real personable for me at the airport. I'm going to tell that story on my other show, but
Oh,
it
okay.
got really personable for me at the airport. I mean, it was like TSA.
Are you trying to say tune in to tactical?
Well, yeah, if you want to hear how they had their way with me.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right.
He's right
Well,
there, I'm
stay
a
tuned.
terrorist.
But I wanted to say, did you notice anything there? I mean, John, I know you don't sometimes pay too much attention to the tools because, you kind of, you are in your zone when you're there sometimes, dude. You know what I mean? When you're
Yeah.
talking and doing your thing. But I was looking at different tools, and
I'll
I
tell
have
you my favorite.
go ahead. What was your favorite then?
It was the new tequila set, the tequila tools.
I bought those, dude.
Yeah, that's by far my favorite thing that I've seen there. Anson came out with a new set of tequila tools, and they have that big curve in them, but
It's Helen.
they have the grips.
Anson, a collaboration with A1 Tools. A1 Tools is
Yeah.
manufacturing them, and it's their line, but Anson's line. So yeah, you're right. I got those set. I got that set. They don't sell the
Mhm.
tools individually because my
Yeah,
sets are probably the first the small ones, like the three to four, from the smallest to the fourth biggest.
yeah.
But
But they're
yeah,
stainless though, so they're not the black ones, and they were very, very well tempered.
and yeah, that means they were stiff, people. The ones that are
Hmm.
talking about, well, do they flex at all? No.
Nah, dude, they were like when I picked them up, I was like, wow, these things. I mean, they were tempered, very, very nice. That's what I have every tool. That's the one I'm most impressed with.
Yep, I liked those, and I did. You know what I liked is I didn't get a chance to pick it up. I talked to Nancy Rhodes, right? And she
Yeah,
a new door tool that you go down. It's like a flat bar, but with a handle on it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like a little thin one. And I could have used that sucker today on a Jetta. I was like,
yeah.
man, I was thinking about it, but I was like, okay, I'll come back. It was just so much commotion going on, but this
Hmm.
kind of flat tapered one from PDR Finesse, they looked really good.
Oh, Mike, we got to give them props too because they gave away a hood stand, they gave away a cart, and a mighty tough tool kit. And just give everybody a heads up, if y'all know Ike, give him some love out there. Ike said he's either third or fourth stage level colon cancer. And
Prayers
if you
are
got
there.
y'all pray, if y'all pray for him, and if you don't, wish him the best, and maybe reach out to him or something like that. But yeah, she says that he's on the road to recovery, so I have a lot of faith that that'll happen. He's a tough old bird, so but
Yeah.
yeah.
All the best I wish to him and his family for supporting him and getting him to go to chemo and not give up.
Guys, send him something. Send him something. Send him something that has ducks, involved with ducks. He was a champion duck hunter. I mean, a champion, well-known legend, a legend duck hunter.
Yeah.
So if y'all duck hunters out there and anybody knows, send them some duck stuff.
Yeah. Cool. Well, as far as tools, I'm sure Daniel's going to have a ton of tools that he bought to talk about next week. But I also
Yeah.
want to give a shout out to someone I met at Craig's party that I didn't get a chance to meet, and I really wish I would have sat down and talked to him more. So I gave him a call. I contacted him today. I want to
Hmm.
have a little bit of about 10-15 minutes next week on the show.
Yeah.
He didn't really want to come on the show, but I'm going to have Lou Freeman come in there and speak for him because he's really shy, and his name's Paul, and he's the one that got injured with his leg, and he can't work. He's trying to find a way to work.
Oh, yeah. I
Really,
seen that.
yeah, really super nice guy. I mean, very,
Yeah.
very humble, very shy. And I felt really bad because you know what, John, I didn't take the time to talk to him. And it just, it just kind of, I don't know, it just hit me all of a sudden. I was like, man, I really got to talk to this guy, And so I
Yeah.
called him up. And I said, listen, I want you to come on the show. And he's like, Myke, I wish I could, but I just don't think I could do it. I go, how about if I have Lou on the show for you?
Lou's going to be his representative, man. And Lou's a good
Yeah,
dude, y'all. Yeah, we love Lou, and he causes a little bit of ruckus here and there. But I might know other people that occasionally do that.
well, we're gonna have them on the show next week, just for about 10-15 minutes, and we'd like to see if we can help them out and see if any of you guys would like to help them out. So please tune in to the next one, and we'll get it going for there. But other than that,
Absolutely. And just shout out Mobitech RX too. They dropped $1,000 and they signed up every person at our event. So
how could I forget about that? Another
yep,
great group of dudes, man. So
yeah.
hey, shout
And
out to all our sponsors, man.
I don't know if you know this, Mike, but they promised that they were going to integrate their system with our new media sites.
Yeah,
So we're going to start working on that this week.
Yeah, we'll talk about all that cool stuff later. You know what I mean? It's good. So there's a lot of cool things. We recorded the the media event too. So
Yeah.
uh, so
Our
that's
attendees. Yeah.
attendees. Let me tell you something. They said Mike and John, you guys dropped so much information. It's just overwhelming, but it's good
Yeah.
overwhelming. That's it's supposed to be
Yeah.
overwhelming. You know.
You're supposed to feel like you got shot in the face with a fire hose, but that's why we record it so you can rewatch it, and we put notes and all that stuff. We actually give them their own like website that they get into, So,
Yeah.
but
All right.
anyhow, we better wrap this up. Mike, you got to go, birthday boy.
I know. I'm gonna go celebrate the birthday with my kids, man. They were, come on, Dad, let's go to BJ's. I said, all right, man. If you guys don't know what BJ's is, it's a restaurant, nothing else. All right.
Yeah, we actually got one up here. It started in California, though. It's a good restaurant, though, man.
It is. It is. So,
No joke.
you ever had the Kazuki?
At there, nah. I ate their like fried green tomatoes, though.
No. Go order the Kazuki. Say halfway through your meal, say I want the big Kazuki. All right.
All right.
You order it, okay, and then tell me what you think.
And if you can, grab me one of them BJ's. I'll be in the back. I'm just kidding. I was bad.
Edit.
Nah.
All right. Hey guys, I'll talk to you guys later. We'll see you on the next podcast. Listen to that one. Please tune into that one too as well. So we got some cool stuff to talk about.
All right, guys. We'll see you on the other side. Join the revolution.
And level up your tools.